Hey you guys, it's Bri. Tonight we're here to talk about what's in the rug. This has taken over my entire FYP on TikTok. We're going to go over this TikToker, Katie Santry. She is based out of Ohio, and she found a really mysterious rug buried in her backyard when she and her husband were trying to build a fence. So this went very viral, and I want to share my thoughts. I think that it's really interesting, but I also think that there are some issues with this. So we're going to go over everything. If you're interested, please keep watching. Alright you guys, so I'm going to be using this article and I will link it down below, but it gives a decent timeline as to kind of what's happened over the last few days. Why did this go so viral and what happened? Like once police actually ended up digging this mysterious rug up out of her backyard. It all started with then relatively obscure TikToker Katie Santry, a woman in Columbus, Ohio, posting a TikTok 4 days ago. In this video, Santry wondered if her house was haunted, citing her laptop getting shattered and her workspace disturbed overnight, seemingly without any explanation. Toward the end of the video, Santry mentioned that she and her boyfriend, I thought it was her husband, I stand corrected, also recently discovered a rug buried in their backyard while digging to install a fence. That TikTok got more than 4 million views, which led to a series of follow-ups.
I think my house is haunted and I'm freaking out. Like I'm literally shaking. This is my sunroom. This is where I work. I sit here every day. There's a playroom here, doors here. This is the space. I worked in here last night until about 6:30. Everything was fine. Shut my laptop. We close these doors so the dogs don't come in here at night. No one is in this room. I'm down this morning to work. The screen shattered. This stuff down here. This hanging off. But the fucking kicker for me is that this that only goes on this shelf and only goes on this shelf ever, up here. Why? I've never put it there. I don't put it here. My phone sits there when I work. Why was that there? Here's the next bit of important information. So we're building a fence, and back here, we dug a hole. There is a rolled up carpet buried underground that we came across as we were digging this hole. Rolled up carpet. Who the fuck and why the fuck is there a rolled up carpet underground?
The next video, for instance, racked up 10 million views as it showed the actual rug in the ground. As these things aren't wont to do, each forthcoming installment added bits of info and racked up tons of views. For instance, a blood-good tree was planted over where they found the rug, which, of course, people found creepy.
I'll move it. How is he that? Is the door shut?
Yeah,
How deep is that? Like at least 2 feet?
almost, yeah.
Oh, right now. I bet you it's deep.
Okay, so a tree was planted above the rug.
Yeah.
And it is called a blood good because this was in the hole. They planted a blood good tree on top of a fucking rug. Why?
After the comment section insisted, Katie tried to dig some more, but the rug was too big and too long for her to dig out. She was going to leave it as is, but after a while, the comment section then convinced her to call the police.
Okay, I finally did it. I called the police. They're sending someone here. I called and I said, hey, I don't know if this matters, but there is a rug buried underground at my house, a few feet under, and a few people I know, you guys, and actually 2 police officers who I know who are not actually in this county but other counties have suggested I call you. And she told me she's going to send a police officer over here. So TBD. I don't know what happens next.
The police came out and apparently told Santry it did seem weird, but there wasn't much to do. Santry kept digging. She enlisted friends to help dig in the backyard and got in touch with the family members of the previous owners of this home. But eventually the professionals got involved again. Santry said it was the local homicide department that got in touch with her and sent officers to her property, including 2 cadaver dogs. Santry said both dogs sat by the hole in the ground, indicating they had found something.
Okay, I am so sorry to have left you hanging all day. all night, but my whole house is now caution taped off. If you were not watching the live, both dogs sat on the hole. So the dogs run separately. So the first dog came out and the dog sat, and audible gasp, absolute fucking shock. I thought that this was the end of everything today, and the second dog comes out, sniffs around, and sat. I will like splice a video together, but I still have reporters at my house. Cops are staying here overnight. Crime scene investigators come tomorrow and start to dig, and that's all I know right now, essentially. This has taken a fucking twist, and if I don't get on a murder podcast after this, I'm gonna be pissed. I'm not trying to like make a joke out of it, but I started crying on the live, and I'm absolutely freaked out, and this is how I handle things. Dark humor. So if anything, my hope is still that maybe this is just like a bloody carpet, that someone got a bloody nose or scraped a knee. But if somehow this ends up being more than that and we are able to bring closure, first off, this wouldn't have happened without TikTok. I was not going to do this myself. I have like guilt now that I wasn't going to do this on my own. This is only happening because of all of you little sleuths and impatient little bitches, as I said, who pushed me to do this. So as insane as this is, if what is potentially going to happen happens and there ends up being some form of crime here, I appreciate you.
Last time I checked, she did have over 1.5 million followers on TikTok. I will give an updated follower count on this video right here, but this was obviously very intriguing to a lot of people. You have people that are just shocked by this. You have people that are coming up with their own conspiracy theories. You have people that are obsessed with true crime and coming up with their own narratives and reasonings as to why this was happening. But it continues and says, the newly famous Ohio woman did an interview with people about the situation on Thursday. The internet is about 50-50 on whether it's a dead body or an animal, and maybe 10% think it's just a junkyard, she said. However, we've dug a lot of posts and fenced in most of our yard at this point, and I can say we haven't come across any other rugs. So the internet thinks that it's either a junkyard, a dead body, or a dead dog. The previous owners, their daughter, whom she got in contact with, the daughter went to talk to her parents, which were the only prior residents of this house, and they confirmed that they did have dogs, but all of their dogs, when they reached the end of their lives, were cremated. None of them were buried on the property. She told people, I truly don't think there's a body down there. The curiosity about why the rug is there definitely haunts me, but my biggest concern is my computer, because at the end of the day, it's shattered for no apparent reason. That leaves me with the most question marks. I actually have a psychic who reached out to me and wants to do a reading. So they dig and they set up, crime scene tape, and the whole thing is taped off. I am glad that she did not live stream it, because if there were to have been remains buried, that would have been extremely painful for the surviving family to have seen this being used for content on TikTok. Developments in the strange situation continue to roll in through Santry's TikTok account. Friday morning, she posted videos saying that a bunch of officers had come to her house and were prepared to dig. Around 11 a.m. Eastern Time, she posted a video saying that digging had begun. Clearly a bit shaken, she seemed to be ready for the whole ordeal to conclude. We don't know anything yet, she said. My goal here is that we can all laugh about it tomorrow. We're all going to say, this was a funny, silly goose waste of time. And about 2 p.m., she revealed to TikTok that the cops had only found the rug, some rubber, and nothing else of consequence. It's not clear why the dogs got a hit in the yard, but it doesn't seem to be for any nefarious reason. She still wondered about what happened to her laptop, and there was definitely a sense of relief. There's no body, she said. Honestly, let's praise the Lord, there's no body. I can stay in my house.
You guys, They have recovered the hole, and this has been the most absurd, insane experience of my life. What did they find? No, they didn't find a body. They found a mother effing rug with some rubber. The question remains of why did the dogs hit? I don't know. Both dogs, not just one, two. I don't know. The other question remains is who broke my laptop? There's people across the street. I don't know. I'm so confused. There's no body. Honestly, let's praise the Lord. There's no body. I can stay in my house. Everyone knows where I live, but at least it's not haunted by that. But who broke my laptop? Who broke the laptop? Because we've still got the next door neighbor that died the day I moved in. Her house got boarded up the day my computer got broken. So I don't know. It's almost Halloween. Do I need a psychic to come to my house? I don't know. But the mystery of the effing rug is solved, and there is no body. There's no body. And they're doing a fine job at putting my stuff back up, let me tell you. I appreciate the way that they have recovered. This was the fire pit. That is no more. That is gone. So I will survive that. But holy shit, there's no body. Yay!
So obviously on her own videos, she goes into a lot more detail, and it's kind of, in my opinion, it's a little drawn out in the things that she's kind of saying and the rate that she's posting. But this got her, over 1.5 million followers, and luckily it was not remains. The thing that I want to talk about though is it gave me a bit of an icky feeling because she has made merch based around what's in the rug. I'm here for the update, blah, blah, blah. I will show the merch here on screen. I want to know, how do y'all feel about this? Not only is she making a very decent paycheck by all of these millions of views that she has racked up, but to extend that into merch that is based around this rug, it was a little off-putting to me personally.
Again, this whole rug thing, a lot of it doesn't add up for me. And now she's saying she was robbed of her live money. She said she got a phishing email, filled out the information because it said it was from TikTok. Her TikTok account was hacked, and all of her live money from the last few days was robbed. My question is, you can't access your TikTok money until Wednesday. So how did the hackers get that money? Because the one thing they possibly could have done is transferred it into coins and paid it to themselves, but that transaction would be showing. And she's saying all the money was just taken out. That's not possible. Also, the whole thing with the ghost, and she just so happened to mention the rug. My guess is they may have found the rug in the backyard, and then they were like, ooh, let's make a video about ghosts to get attention to the rug. But do I think both things were happening at the same? No. I just have so many questions. And also the merch thing. This seemed like a very coordinated thing. And now with the getting robbed thing, I think there may have been a GoFundMe that was intended. But now that people are like, what do you mean they robbed you of your live coins? Maybe the GoFundMe won't come this time. Anyway, anyone else find all of this strange?
So either way, that's what's going on with this creator and the rug and the backyard and the digging and the cops. I'm glad that it was not remains. And I guess we'll see. There's obviously something else weird going on in her house because her laptop was shattered, and she said things on her desk were kind of put in places where she would not typically put them. So we'll keep an eye on it, but that's how I feel about this situation. So for now, if you like the video, please have a like and a comment. And if you'd like to see more from me in the future, please subscribe. I'll see you guys soon. Bye.